but I'm going to give you 10 49ers.
Okay.
And I want you to put them in one of three categories. Hype, hope, or hindrance. Okay, we'll play hype, hope, or hindrance. So, and you can take it any direction you want. As far as hype can be like Jalen Graham, like, hey man, the hype train's getting ready to pull out of the station, or you could say hype is overhyped. Hope is hope, of course, and then hindrance is just that you don't think they're gonna.
I'm not too sold.
Yeah, you're not sold, or you think it's going to be a problem area. All right.
Okay. All right.
Here we go. 10 49ers, hype, hope, or hindrance. Drake Jackson.
Hope.
Yeah. Hope for Drake.
Yeah.
I agree. Believe in Drake. I got tremendous hope. Jake Moody.
Hype.
You're not there's the 60-yard, the booming leg.
Yeah, not only that though, but because we play complementary football, right? That's our modus operandi. That means that we're gonna have to really get those chip shots, like those 3 points, man, getting in the green zone. Those things are really gonna matter, and I'm excited for Jake Moody. You kind of got me hyped talking about him because I really love subdued warriors. I love like quiet guys that play the game because you know that there's got to be something under there while they're even around us. So I like, and he's kind of cocky. You know what I'm saying? He's got dry humor, which I love. So yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of hype about the kicking for sure. Brock Purdy.
Hype.
Trey Lance.
Hope.
I agree. Darnold.
Hindrance.
Most Niner fans would probably say the same. I think I'll say this. If Sam and Trey play evenly in the preseason and Sam, for whatever reason, starts over Trey,
oh my God,
there's going to be a lot of people complaining.
Yo, let me tell you something. The way I see it is that Sam and Trey being neck and neck, it's like, Trey obviously gets the nod. It's hilarious to me when people are like, oh, it's close. And I'm like, why would you even admit that it's close? We picked Trey. Why do you even want people to know it's close? Like, I don't even get saved. I don't even get it. I don't get it.
All right, Brandon Ayuk. Hype on Ayuk. Deebo Samuel. Hope that he stays healthy, or hope that the hammies and the soft tissue injuries stay away? Or
with Deebo is, I hope he was serious when he said that he knew he had a bad season and that he's coming in here to be a leader and play hard. I hope that's true.
Colton McKivitz.
Hope.
Javon Kinlaw. I agree, by the way, on the McKivitz hope. Yep.
Yeah. Javon, I'm going to say hype. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Javon, in a way, is the defensive line iteration of Trey Lance, in my opinion. He had a guy that was there before him that had a lot of success. He got drafted here, and he was asked to be fit into a scheme. But the only difference between Trey and Javon is that Javon has a health issue that the Niners knew about, and I feel like they're working with him. And I feel like I'm so encouraged about how much this young man about how this man has been fighting for his career, right? Physically, I mean, his story is already special, right? He's got a rough story. He shouldn't even be here, right? And he's worked on his body. He had some maturity issues that he worked through, and I'm gonna put it like this: we would not have known how bad that knee was if it wasn't for how much he's been busting his ass since he got here, right? And a guy like Javon, what he's doing with his body, the fact that he lost all of that weight and looks as good as he still does, I'm hyped to see what comes out on the other end for him. I'm I'm happy for him because he could have given up. He could have went in the tank. I'm hyped for Javon Kinlaw. And another reason why I'm hyped for him is that he's going to be a rotational player behind another interior guy, and Javon Hargrave. And I feel like he can kind of sit back and learn and watch and get selective reps. I want Javon Kinlaw to make it. The human side of me wants him to make it. I'm hyped for Javon.
We got this one from Max. He says, hindrance. He can't play, was a giant liability in the biggest game of the year. All right, but you know what? He's slated.
But he shouldn't even have been on the field with that knee.
Yeah, and also they're not leaning on him. I mean, they're really not. They've got Eric Armstead. They've got Javon Hargrave. I'm going to go Hope. I'm going to go Hope.
And for me, I don't mind anybody who goes Hope or Hinder anyway. But for me, I know how hard it is for big men, and that kid has a lot of ability, and it's hard to do what he's doing. I'm hyped for him. I want him to make it.
Last one, Cleveland Farrell.
Hype.
I'm gonna go hindrance because I think they're gonna lean on him, and he's got 10 sacks in 4 seasons.
Yeah,
he's a defensive end, man. I need more than that.
This is the thing, Larry. A lot of these guys get brought in here to do way more than what their skill set can take. And it's no mistake that we get a lot of guys that come here that were drafted high and they go to other places. And once they get here and their workload is reduced and condensed, they start playing faster. They start playing with more confidence. And that's the type of player they are. I feel like, in a way, I'm going to float something, but I feel like defensive end and pass rusher is almost becoming like the new running back position in the NFL. We're pushing so much for the position, and there's so many of them out there that at this stage of the game, like, look at this free agent market now. Look at how many viable fruit pass rushers are just laying around. It's almost like having a pass rusher is like renting an exotic car in Miami for a weekend. It's like, yeah, it's cool to drive. It's cool to have, but who the hell wants to pay that $2,500 oil change, right? So for me, I like how we ingest pass rushers that come here because I look at what Cleveland Farrell was asked to do in Las Vegas, right? He ain't going to be asked to be doing all of that shit here. He ain't going to be doing all of that, right? He's going to be putting his foot in the dirt, putting his foot in the ground, and getting off the ball, right? And he's going to be doing it at 30 to 40% of the game. I feel like a guy who was an ACC Player of the Year, top 10 pick. I mean, he's legit. He's not just some bust that got picked. I feel like he's a good player that had a lot put on him. And now I feel like we'll be able to see him grow because he's a pro now, right? So it's kind of funny that we keep doing this with everybody else's D-line. I hope everybody's ready for when this happens with our quarterback. When Trey Lance goes somewhere, they're like, oh, yeah. He's already had all of the doldrums already. We're ready for it. Like, it's going to be so bad. So